Alright, let me zoom out. This is my second time filming this, because I forgot to delete the other two cuts, so this is actually my fourth cut. Actually, it's third, my bad. Alright, Mike Miller, career Mike Miller. Picked fifth overall by Orlando, and you're probably thinking, why are you doing this guy who I've not heard of? I don't know, I was thinking, alright, I'll do a career video on someone. I don't want it to be like Jordan or Kareem or one of the all-time greats. I want it to be someone who was good, but not like, maybe like one-time All-Star. Miller was never an All-Star, unfortunately. But for some reason, Mike Miller came to mind. Alright, first year. In Orlando. He was picked 5th overall by Orlando in the 2000 NBA draft, which most people would consider the worst draft class in NBA history. It only had one All-Star, Kenyon Martin, who was a one-time All-Star. It also had Mike Miller, Michael Redd, Jamal Crawford. That's all I can think of. And also, that's really all I can think of, to be honest. First year Memphis, 12 points per game, 2 assists per game, 4 rebounds per game. He did pretty good. I mean, did I just say Memphis? I'm sorry. It's because he gets traded there, and that's where he spends the majority of his career. Orlando. First year in Orlando. Alright? Second year in Orlando. For the Magic. Ooh. That's a bad cut. That was probably my cat. 15 points per game, 3 assists per game, 4 rebounds per game. Oh, and he won the 2001 Rookie of the Year. So that's pretty cool. And he did go on to have a good career. His last season in Orlando, he got traded midway through the season. 16 points per game, 3 assists per game, 5 rebounds. The Orlando Magic felt because in Mike Miller's, in the offseason, they drafted Mike Miller. Or actually, no, I'm thinking wrong. I'm sorry. No, they drafted Mike Miller. They got Tracy McGrady. They got Grant Hill because Shaq was gone. I'm pretty sure Penny Hardaway was gone. Like, their best player, I think, was... I don't know. I think it was, like, Donald Sloan or something like that. I think. So, yeah, they got... But Grant Hill in that season, he only played 4 games. So Mike Miller... In Florida College, he played shooting guard, but he could move over to small forward. He had the height for it. I think he was about 6'5". He moved over to small forward, played small forward minutes because McGrady played shooting guard. A 203 in Memphis and Orlando. Okay, I already went over that season. So he got traded to Memphis, the Memphis Grizzlies. His first year in Memphis, he did have a drop-off, but that's because he's just getting used to the environment there. 11 points per game, 3 assists per game, 4 rebounds per game. Alright. Wow, there's some dude outside riding an electric scooter, I think. I think I've seen him before. 04-05 season, second year in Memphis. 13 points per game, 3 assists, 4 rebounds. And sorry if you hear like some outside noise because my camera, because this is actually a tripod that this whiteboard is standing on. And don't mind that. I don't even know what that is. Oh, it's the sticker of the company name. Yeah. And the stupid, what? Yeah, they have it here too, Mead. Shout out to Mead. Alright. Third year Memphis, 14 points per game, 2 assists per game, and 5 rebounds per game. This year he won the 6th Man of the Year award. I don't know why he didn't win it next year, because he didn't start. I mean, he started that year. He played, I believe, I didn't write this down, but he played 74 games that year, and he played 62 coming off of the bench. Alright. Next year, which is his best year in his career, he averaged 18 points per game. I'm sorry about that. I would close my door, close my window, but I feel... There we go. Hopefully that helped. Best year in his career, Mike Miller. 18 points per game, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds. Really good career. Just season. Next year, he averaged 16 points per game, 3 assists per game, 6 rebounds per game. And this would be, well, not his last year in Memphis, but his last year in Memphis for a while. He signed with the Minnesota Wild. I'm sorry. My brain is bejungled. Minnesota Wild is a hockey team. Minnesota Timberwolves. I very apologize. I should reshoot this, but I just want to go and have dinner. This is my 3rd time shooting this, and this, honestly, writing all this down took about 20 minutes. Not 20, 15. Minnesota, he averaged 10 points per game, 4 assists per game, and 6 rebounds. He seemed to get a lot of rebounds for shooting guard. Next year, he signed with Washington. He averaged 10 points per game, 4 assists per game, and 6 rebounds. Literally the same stats as last year in Minnesota. I don't know why Memphis traded him. He was doing really good, but he didn't feel right in Minnesota or Washington. So we saw that all these guys were joining the Miami Heat, which at the time, in this season when he was in Washington, they only had Dwayne Wade, I think a very old Jason Williams, and that's all I can really think of. Also, they had Mario Chalmers and Michael Beasley and Udonis Haslem. And Dwayne Wade was their best player. They acquired Chris Bosh from the Toronto Raptors in a signing over the offseason, and they acquired LeBron James. Which people hated him at the time. He's the modern day Kevin Durant. Or wait, he was the back then Kevin Durant. Their first year, they didn't win a championship, even having 3 All-Stars on one team, which in today's standards, you look at the Golden State Warriors, their starting lineup is literally all All-Stars. Mike Miller didn't start in Miami, and he didn't play as much minutes because the minutes were going to guys. And they also had Ray Allen, who signed with it. I think he signed later. So his first season in Miami, he averaged 5 points per game, 1 assist, and 4 rebounds. Remember, he didn't play as much minutes as any of these teams he played for. Alright? Next season, and I have these little stars because that was the year he won a championship. If a player hasn't won a championship, I don't put it there. 6 points per game, 1 assist per game, 3 rebounds. He won a championship. LeBron James gets Finals MVP against, and you're probably thinking, well, their first year they didn't win it. They lost to the Dallas Mavericks, which at the time was very surprising. I mean, I didn't really know what was going on because I was extremely young. But when I look back at that, that's very surprising because if you look at the team LeBron had, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Ray Allen, Chris Bosh, Udonis Haslem, Mario Chalmers, all those guys, Mike Miller. And you see Dallas's team, Dirk Nowitzki, yeah, he's good. He's really good. He's an all-star. Jason Terry, okay, and Jason Kidd, and Tyson Chandler. You're probably thinking, how the hell did this team beat Miami? I think LeBron underestimated them, and Dirk went off. He won Finals MVP, so Dirk will retire soon, and because I don't think Dallas, because Dirk's probably gonna, this will probably be his last year. So he won the championship next year, 2012. I believe they beat the Thunder. They had Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, and James Harden. And this was before James Harden became amazing. Kevin Durant was also MVP, I believe. But this isn't history of the year, so. He averaged 6 points per game, 1 assist, 3 rebounds. Next year, he won a championship. They beat San Antonio in the finals. LeBron got Finals MVP again. 4 points per game, 1 assist, 2 rebounds. This when you can probably tell, yeah, he's getting a drop off. You're either thinking, I mean, people didn't really care about him that much, but you're either thinking, all right, well, he's good. He's having a drop off right now, or he's just got to join another team. I mean, obviously, he's taking up all the minutes. he joined Memphis. He joined Memphis again in the 2013-14 season. And this was the year LeBron... Actually, no, LeBron was in Miami that year. You know what? He averaged 7 points per game, 1 assist, 2 rebounds. He left Memphis, and he rejoined LeBron in Cleveland in the 14-15 season. He averaged 2 points per game, 1 assist, 2 rebounds. That's when you could tell he was having a fall off. He left in his last 2 seasons in Denver. I didn't have the extra room to write to 16-17 season, but it's literally the same. 1 point per game, 1 assist per game, 1 rebound per game. And remember, you're probably thinking, God, that's a huge fall off in just 2 years. But remember, he was old. He was only playing like 5 minutes a game. Alright, let's look at his accomplishments. 2001 Rookie of the Year. All-Rookie First Team 2001. 6th Man of the Year in 2006. And now, recently, I think it was this offseason, he's now the new assistant coach for the Memphis Grizzlies. Total average. He played a total of 1,032 games in his career. 10 points per game. 4 rebounds. And 2 assists. And he never changed his number. His number on the back of his jersey. He always played number 3. Always. Never changed it. I tried to look up because I was like, he played for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams. Like 7 teams. There's no way that he could only have 1 jersey number. And it was actually possible because I guess number 3 wasn't that popular. You know, if it was like some random number like 48 or, 57, I would understand. But the career of Mike Miller. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like. Comment your thoughts. If you have any thoughts. Never mind. Anyways. That's the word on the court, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good day.